Hello everyone and welcome to another Tom's video. So today we're taking a look at Boros Energy in Tom's format. So there's two cards that I want to try out in this deck from the Final Fantasy set, and they are Joshua, Phoenix's Dominant, and Lightning Army of One. Last time I played Lightning in Winota deck, because the deck wasn't playing Arena of Glory, we couldn't really get mileage off of Lightning, because every time it came down, it was just a little bit too slow. So in a deck like this, where we have 3 cups of Arena Glory, I want to see how Lightning does, because the effect is pretty powerful if you attack with this card. Because of the first strike, your creatures are going to deal double damage, and you can even double down with the Goblin Bombardment as well, so it could be a pretty quick kill with the Arena of Glory. And the other card that I want to test out is this card called Joshua, Phoenix's Dominant. It's a 3-mana 3/4, pretty beefy stats. When it enters, you can discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. So at the bare minimum, it's a 3-mana 3/4 that kind of acts like Kikijiki. So most of the times it's just not going to transform because the 5-mana activation is a lot, but if it does transform, this card is actually kind of broken. So it transforms into a 4/4 with Flying and Lifelink, and the first 2 chapters, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. But since it has Lifelink, it basically drains them, which means you're also going to trigger something like Also the Pride if you don't have any creatures to play, or if you can't really attack with the creatures that you have. But if it does go to the 3rd chapter, this is where it gets kind of crazy, because it says return any number of target creature cards with total mana value of 6 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. And because we're an energy deck, we play a lot of like 1-mana or 2-mana cards, so you can expect like 2 to 3 cards coming back, which is pretty good. And when this happens, you exile the Phoenix, then return it to battlefield front face up. So it's going to become Joshua, Phoenix's Dominant again, which will trigger the Enter the Battle effect, letting you loot 2 cards for that turn. So if you do actually trigger this, you're probably going to win the game. It's just that the cost is a little bit expensive, so I'm not sure how many times you're going to be able to see this, but there's so many times where I just hardcast Giganta in so many matches, so we'll see how this one does. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Whistle 3 to show you guys how the deck does, so let's hop there. Alright, let's give this a go. Alright, we already see Joshua. Let's try this out. Ragavan turn 1. Turn 1 Ragavan's always bad for me, I would say. Nobody wants to see a turn 1 Ragavan. No, my lightning. Alright, I'm gonna fetch another white. And I'll play the Ajani.
To the hunt.
I think I'm gonna run out the Joshua here. That Galvanic Discharge. An opponent passes. I'm not sure what to discard though. What should I discard? Maybe these 2? Good thing I discarded them. I'll play a Johnny into Also Pride next turn, probably. Static Prison, okay. That's why we have another one. But I think it's probably correct to just go Anthraptor here. Nice. Yeah, because like at the very worst, it's just like 3 mana discard 2. I'm just gonna attack like this. I think I would normally just play out Oscillate Pride, but I kind of want to just play with the Joshua right now to kind of get a feel for it. So I'll just run out another Joshua here. And I'll just discard one of you. Man, that land that we discarded, we're just never seeing it. Okay, so opponent found Flage. Okay, so we found our Flage as well. We found our Flage as well. I probably have to kill the Oscillate Pride here. Yeah, that land discard was not ideal. Okay, so we find ourselves with the Galvanic Discharge. Fantastic.
Fight beside me, brother.
We'll pass. Wow. Should I let my opponent attack here? So they're gonna ping this. But then the Ragavan is gonna fly. I just don't think that's ideal. So let's just kill it. I was maybe thinking opponent attacks, they're gonna ping the Ajani, and then I transform the Ajani in response, but I just don't think that's really good. Ooh, okay. Okay, we need to draw a land. We haven't seen a land in like 5 turns or something like that. Which is quite concerning. I guess I should have attacked first to see how they blocked, and then I would have fired up the Flage. But it seems like they would have just blocked here anyways. We go to next game. Yeah, that's yeah, we couldn't find a single land like forever. which was unreal. Meanwhile, opponent just flooded, like complete opposite. Okay, I don't suppose like lightning's gonna do anything in this matchup because opponent's gonna have like amped raptors to the block, right? At least I don't think so. But then again, I'm kind of trying to test my deck, so maybe I do want it. I'll just minus the Ragavan going second. I'll cut one lightning. So, I mean, first game, Joshua did... I mean, like, nothing too special. Like, it did its thing, you know? 3-mana Ludicor, like, that's classic, right? Okay, so because I got 2 Goblin Boreman, I think I'm just going to run 1 out to bait out a removal spell. Okay, there's a Goblin Boreman. I just... Oh no. What am I doing? Okay. That was a punt. Didn't want to do it, but yep, there it is. Also got a Ghost Vacuum. Ah, that's so tilting. That's so tilting. Why did they do that in response to me cracking? What? What? Opponent? They do have a Ghost Vacuum, so it's kind of bad for me. I mean, this situation is pretty good because now they have to sacrifice both also Pride to the Ajani here. Otherwise, they kind of lose the game.
Day,
and then we just pass. The Ghost Vacuum is concerning, but we do have a lot of enchantment removals. Okay, that kind of sucks. What happened?
To the hunt.
So, how does this work? So I block, and I kill the Oslo Pride tokens, and then opponent transform the Ajani. So yeah, block, then opponent sacrifices a Cat Warrior token, and in response, I sacrifice... I mean, I feel like there's like no winning here. But I think we just make do with what we got. It's just like this card is just gonna transform no matter what, right? So I think we just get rid of the also Pride tokens. We try to kill the Ajani on our turn because they're not gonna have creatures, right? So yeah, kill these two. Then we play God of Souls into Ajani and then kill the Ajani? I think? Because they're only gonna have one creature, right? Alright, close game. Joshua here would be fantastic, by the way.
What a beautiful day, brother.
It would be really nice. So I ping this. A Johnny transforms. A Johnny can do 2 damage to a Johnny, and then the Goblin Bombardment, right? So we do this, and then the Johnny's gonna transform. This way, a Johnny doesn't take additional damage from the Goblin Bombardment. Like if I did it backwards, then they can ping the Johnny, right?
I will have vengeance! Share in my vengeance. Out of my
Alright, super close game.
They do not respect me.
We do need a removal spell for that Ghost Vacuum though. A nice pickup by opponent.
I need time to heal.
No. We need something better than that. The opponent's 2 land draws away from being able to activate this, right? Oh, maybe I should save these because I played Joshua. Right. So I should save the lands now. Voice of Victory. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. So let's rush this in. Attack. Give it to Voice of Victory. Very, like, back and forth. Alright, Loris. Loris. Into a bauble. Okay. We see lightning. Love that. Frog. We'll just exile this. Propagate. Deathray Shaman. So opponent played Spell Pierce. I do kind of wonder... They could have another Spell Pierce, you know? They could have another Spell Pierce, so... What should I do? I could... do this and play Lightning. And that's going to synergize with Oslo Pride, and opponent can't counter with Spell Snare. Boom. Okay. Grab back another Fatal Push. Sure. I guess I just pass here and do this. Because next turn I can go Oslo Pride, Amped Raptor, and Goblin Bombardment all in the same turn. Okay, so let's think about this. Let's use one of them. It's probably gonna get countered. Yep, they had a Spell Snare. And we'll play another Amped Raptor. Mana Drain. Okay, it didn't go well as I hoped, but sure. This Deathray Shaman's like walling me. Nice, that's actually really good. That's actually really good. Bowmaster. Let's play a Goblin Bombardment. Do they have the third mana drain? They do. Okay, that is super bad. We got absolutely wrecked. We got absolutely wrecked. Might be a loss here. They just had too many counter spells, right? I think that's a wrap, honestly. We'll go to next one. Bring some Blood Moon this time. Yeah, you don't want to lose your first game against this deck, because the second game and third game is gonna be way harder. The first game you're actually really favored, but they just had too many counter spells. We even like played like try to play around counter spells by playing like multiple cards per turn. But that turn where they had like spell snare with double mana drain, that was like way too brutal. Way too brutal. Alright, let's take out Army of One. Since we're bringing Blood Moon here. Let's go down on copy of Ragavan. Right. Turn 1, Oslo Pride. Okay, Deathrise Shaman. Let's get rid of you. And we'll play Ghost Vacuum. Mishra's Bauble. Okay, that Thoughtseize was actually kind of good. It looks like they have like maybe a frog coming out. A Johnny or Ampthraptor. Probably Ampthraptor. Is it? The thing is, like, the Ampthraptor could hit something like I don't want to hit, like Galvanic Discharge or like removal spells, but I guess like if we hit Blood Moon, we win the game. Okay, we didn't hit anything good. Wah wah wah. That's a bummer. Toxic Deluge. Guess I don't want to discard that, since that's something we can play next turn. I'm guessing they block and then Fatal Push.
Where shall we hunt today?
A Psychic Frog. They do have to just block this though. Okay, that's actually really nice. Is it nice? They have to discard 4 cards, 3 cards. I guess that's not bad. The thing is, like, I just don't like the fact that this is like, I don't know, because we don't have a red mana card. Like, it's a little bit weird. It's like not that good. Okay, that's actually not bad. We'll play another Ajani here. We're so close to winning.
But we have peace.
Another Bowmaster. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yikes. They just have everything, man. A drain. Pretty bad. So what happened this game? Well, we got Toxic Deluged. We haven't found the Goblin Bombardment. No Flages either. And we just couldn't resolve Goblin Bombardment once. Because if we resolve a Goblin Bombardment once, it's really good for us because opponent's Bowmaster becomes useless, right? Oh, I just misclicked. It's my bad. They actually didn't have that many removal spells other than Orcish Bowmasters. They had one Fatal Push and a Drain. But we got wrecked by the double Bowmaster because we didn't have a Goblin Bombardment here. Yeah, Bombardment is definitely the key to winning the game in this matchup, for sure. Alright, this hand is pretty good. Okay, Deathray Shaman. Seems like they also have a subtlety. No? A Steam Vent. What is going on? Grixis. Grixis. Oh, unlucky. I was even thinking about it too. Maybe I should Static Prison here first. Or maybe I set up a Goblin Bombardment and then next turn I go Static Prison to Amped Raptor, but I feel like I'm kind of behind, so I wanted to play the Amped Raptor. Interesting. Alright, it's a Bowmaster, I guess. Alright. Lining. I'm going to actually put Giganta back here. I want to draw like a 2 and a card so I can play alongside with the lightning. Well, and kept it on top. It definitely seems like they have a counter spell or something. Okay, another land is definitely not ideal. I'll play out the Giganta because this is unknown information. Why did they just play this out? Couldn't they just have wait? So I'll play the God of Soul. And I'll play Lightning. And now I'll attack. Okay, so it was a fatal push. Amped Raptor. Oh, wow. All playable cards? No way. Oh, baby. The high roll has started.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
The high rolling has started. Alright, GG's opponent.
I will not rest until I find my... Let fury ignite your heart!
I do think the Lightning is definitely better in this deck compared to Mardu. Compared to the Winota version that we played because we have 3 copies of Arena of Glory. We'll bring Blood Moon. I think that's it. Maybe a Ghost Vacuum. We'll see. I think we could just go down on Ragavan maybe? Like 1 copy of Ragavan and 1 copy of Lightning. Oh, wow. That looks a lot better. I think because we have an Arena of Glory. So, because this is gonna come in tap, right? I wanna fetch a plane. So, I think we just keep this so that we can play the Emperor Raptor on turn 2 and just skip out on turn 1. It's a bit slow, but opponent's also not playing a fast deck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to refuel my water after this game. Mouth is getting a little bit dry. Baleful Strix. Baleful Strix. Do I want to Static Prison that? I don't know. I'm just gonna decline. Like, what's this gonna do? Nothing. Okay, They do have a Goblin Shaman, but I think it's just a really good time to just, you know, send out a Blood Moon here. Boom. Okay. And I think we go with the Source of Plowshare, probably. Oh, they went with Tamio.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
I guess I'm just going to Flage and Source of Plowshare then. The 5 cards in the yard. Brainstorm. You're gonna be able to draw a card with the Baleful Strix. I guess I kind of have to kill the Baleful Strix now? Otherwise, they're gonna copy it with the Kikijiki? That's probably better. The next turn we can play the Flage. Yeah, opponent found another blue source. Still no black though, so I think the Blood Moon was still correct. Sure, the Flages might get countered, but I think that was still good. Oculus! Oh no. Oh no. That is concerning. That is a bit concerning. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so I probably want to Galvanic Discharge first because they could have whatchamacallit, a Spell Pierce. I'll play Flage. I think I want to get rid of this instead of a Kikijiki because what if this is like another Oculus, right? It was a bauble. Brazen Bee? I guess I kind of want it to my hand. Okay. We'll bring the Giganta back. Then we'll play the Giganta. End the turn. I actually kind of like their deck. Oculus is one of my favorite cards to ever come out recent history of Magic. Just so sick. It looks like they got another Oculus here. No, they don't have an Oculus. We'll do 5 damage. I'll save this for Joshua. If I top deck a Joshua, it's actually really good because we can even transform it. Snapcaster Mage. Brainstorm? Cool. Cool. Joshua, where are you? Lady Oslo Pride. I do wonder if opponent has like lightning bolt. What? What? What is going on? Okay. I guess I have to give them life. Okay, so next turn I can play the Fury out by sacrificing these two and then bringing out the Fury. Not sure if I want to do that, but I'm just saying it's a thing that we can do. Right, GG's. I love the Moogle. Alright. Okay, first time seeing this, we just added it like 2 matches ago. Maybe no, 3 matches ago. I'll play the Guide of Soul. Chromox. Bogart Trawler. Uh-huh. I think I'm going to Static Prison the Chromox here. Alright. So we're dealing with the Belcher deck. Belcher. Oh. Is that more damage? Okay, so how does this work? So if I play this, God of Soul can pump for 2. And we're also dealing 3 more damage. So we're dealing 5 damage total if I play this. If I play the Guide of Soul plus a Voice of Victory, that's... I can't even... I only deal 2 more damage this turn, right? So this is just better. And then we'll pump here. Okay. Belcher deck. Belcher. We'll have a Blood Moon. Flute. More Static Prisons. Deafening Silence. Wear and Tear. I think that's good enough. We're just going to, like, get rid of these, I think. Like the top end. And the Galvanic Discharge. Boom. At least the sideboarding is easy. Right. A bit of a slow hand, I want to say. Bit of a slow hand. Bit of a slow hand. Okay, Chrome Mox instantly. Assassin's Trophy. Let's into assemble the team. Super fast. Yeah, definitely Deafening Silence is something that I want to mulligan into. Oh, that's so lucky. Lucky. Okay, there it is. Am I going to lose? I mean, they could have a channel on turn 1, you know? So I guess I have the Deafening Silence on turn 1. Otherwise, they can go, like, Chrome Mox into all that shenanigan. I'll play Amped Raptor. Do we care about the ley line? I don't think I do. Okay, nice. Blood Moon. Lanes into Blood Moon. Now, opponent's only chance is to have a Chrome Mox here, but they can't play anything. So we'll just play, you know, our Static Prison on the Chrome Mox here. I'll play also Pride. Oh, why do I have Swords of Plowshare? I guess I'll just play another Deafening Silence just in case. 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 damage. Maybe I shouldn't have like let the Goblin Charbelcher even like land. So this rocket, we have to pay for the rocket, right? So we decline the Chrome Mox. And we pay for this. It sucks that, like, we actually couldn't deal enough damage in time. Maybe, like, I misplayed somewhere. I mean, I think the swords definitely, like, might have been, like, the deciding factor, like, why we couldn't win here? I don't know. I mean, I just sideboarded it wrong. Like, this could be something else, and we could have won on that turn. All right. Give this a go. I'm just gonna keep the land. Into an immediate static prison. I think I want to amp the Raptor here. I mean, Golden Bombardment. Because I want to have energy for the Amp Raptor. They went with the Juggernaut. They're gonna take away the Amp Raptor here. Oh, that is really good. They could easily kill it though. That's the problem. Is that okay? Like if they have another like discharge or something? But if they had a discharge, they wouldn't have used it on the Ocelot Pride like this. Like they wouldn't have used Static Prison. That's the thing.
Nothing is more important.
So I think this is still valid.
Traitors will be punished in the fray.
Guide Up Soul. Wow, so they... Interesting. That is very interesting. Unless they just drew this?
Betrayed by my own people.
Yeah, unless they just drew this? Hmm. Play out the Juggernaut. Then we get back also Pride. Into an Amped Raptor. Into an Ocelot Pride of their own. Okay, that's actually not bad. So we can attack with the Juggernaut here. So I think this is a free attack. Play the Guide of Soul and then get back Giganta here. Guide of Soul. So we have to get rid of Ocelot Pride here, right? And let that stick. Okay. Let's attack. I feel like they kind of have to, like... I think double blocking here is correct. Okay. Good thing we kept that land. We kept drawing lands and we could play the Giganta. So we went Thread and Charm. Wear and Tear. Goes Vacuum. And I'm just going to Cyber out the Lightning this match. Because of Amped Raptor, Lightning is like not that good. And I'll take away like a Ragavan. But I think that's about it. I mean, I could bring a Blood Moon, but I don't think it's that good of a sideboard card. Like, am I wrong in thinking that? Because I play Blood Moon, if they just fetch one white plane, I'm gonna be so behind. Alright, as much as I like lands, I'm on a draw though. Okay, very nice. Opponent didn't play anything. What if I, like, fetch plane? Okay, Sun Cleanser, kind of annoying. I didn't know people still play this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep that. And I'll play out a Johnny here, because I have a second copy.
To the hunt!
One sets up Goblin Bombardment. Let's play our own Goblin Bombardment. Let's see what happens here. Okay, sure. I'll pass. So they play a Johnny. I think I'm going to just I probably have to source the Johnny here.
It's a beautiful day, brother.
I'll source the Johnny. Oh, do they have another Johnny? That'd be so bad. I mean, it's not, like, over, but I do take a lot of damage as a result. And I kind of wanted the Flage to go to Sun Cleanser, so definitely not where we want to be, you know.
To me!
Okay, so I guess. I mean, we can go a Johnny. An opponent has to sacrifice 2 of the tokens to the Johnny here. Oh yeah, we can bait. Oh, that's so sweet actually. So we play just double Johnny. So they're gonna use the Goblin Bombardment.
Strike as one.
Okay. I mean, you have to, right? And we play another Johnny here.
To the hunt.
And transform this Johnny. Pretty close game.
Isn't over.
Level minus. So the Flage it's by itself should be able to deal with the Sun Cleanser here. Into an Amped Raptor. Also the Pride. They could sacrifice their entire creature base to deal damage to a Johnny. The block. Get rid of, I guess, also the Pride. I mean, they could sacrifice their entire board to deal with the Sajani here.
Don't test me. I can't give up now.
I think we have to play this Flage. So that we can actually bring it out next turn with the Arena of Glory. Where is Joshua? That's the card that I want to play with. Come on. Okay, GG's. Yeah, Flage is definitely like the mirror breaker, right? It's just so powerful. Alright, I think I played 5 matches and then we dropped 1 game to blue-black. So, couple things to mention. So Joshua, I feel like it only came out like twice or something. And all it did was, it was a 3-mana 3/4. Don't get me wrong, that's actually like pretty beefy, right? But we never really got to see it transform. 5 matches, it's only 2 cards, so you're not really gonna see it too much. But the times it came down, you know, I discarded some lands. Like, it's not bad. It's a 3-mana loot 2 cards, right? Like, it's not bad per se, but was it better than like something like a Geeky Jiki? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, if you do transform, it's so broken. Like, the 3rd saga says, like, return any number of target creature cards with a total mana value 6 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Like, this by itself is going to just win you the game, but I thought it was okay. As for Lightning, compared to the Winota deck that I played, Lightning was a lot better here, because we play a lot more Arena of Glory. 3 copies of Arena of Glory means that you're gonna be able to attack with this card pretty fast. Now, as for if it was good, I think it was honestly mediocre, because like it does have some synergy with the Awesome Pride because it has lifelink. But the thing is, like, it's actually not that difficult to block. Like, Psychic Frog can block this pretty well, and the 2 toughness means that like a Goblin Bombardment can like easily get rid of this as well. It's just I think it's a very vulnerable card that's relying too heavily on the Arena of Glory, which I don't like. Instead of Lightning, I'll like even play like another Flage and another Joshua, like something like this. I genuinely think that Joshua is like pretty decent because the upside is so strong, and at the bare minimum, it's a 3-mana 3/4 that looted 2 cards. And you don't even have to loot 2 cards if you don't want to. Yeah, I think the Lightning is definitely like not that good. So if I were to play again, I would definitely cut the Lightning. I think the sideboard was okay. Or maybe instead of like the 3rd copy of Joshua, I could see myself playing 2 copies of Geeky Jiki here, because this is a legendary, right? So I'll play like 2 copies of Geeky Jiki. And maybe only play 2 copies of Flage. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.